Hello, wonderful person. Aaron speaking, and in today's video, we will be talking about unit measurement conversion. And unit measurement conversion is used whenever you're going from one unit to another, which is why it's called unit measurement conversion. Now, one of the first things you ever want to do whenever you're attacking one of these problems is identify what is a conversion factor. And a conversion factor is simply any equivalency that relates one unit to another. So common conversion factors that you've probably seen and you will have access to in your conversion sheet is stuff such as 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. Let's see, we have 1,000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer, and there's tons of them. So that's going to be the conversion factor. And the way we're going to write the conversion factors is as a fraction. We could write it as either, and let's look at this one. This could be written as 1,000 meters over 1 kilometer, or you could write conversion factors the other way around. I could have written this as 1 kilometer over 1,000 meters. And it doesn't matter, and the reason why it doesn't matter which way I write it is because both the top and the bottom is the same thing. And whenever you have a fraction and the top and the bottom is the same, it's the same thing as it's equal to 1. And you can multiply any number by 1, and that's what we're going to be doing with our conversion factors, multiplying it by. So how do you know which one to use? Do you use it this way or do you use it this way? And that depends on what information they're giving you in the problem. So let's look at a sample problem. Let's say we wanted to figure out how long does it take to travel, and let's say we had 360 miles at a speed of, and let's say we were traveling 80 miles per hour. So we know this is a unit conversion problem. The reason why is because the question, let's look at what it's asking, is asking how long. So that means the answer that they're looking for must be in hours, because hours is a measurement of time, which is what the question is asking for. And they're giving us how far you traveled or went to travel, which is 360 miles, which is a measurement of distance. So it's a unit conversion problem because we need to convert this 360 miles to hours. And the way you convert from one unit to another is using the conversion factor. And the conversion factor here is 80 miles per hour. So we could write this 80 miles per hour as an equation. 80 miles is basically equal to 1 hour. And just like any conversion factor, we could write this as fractions. We could write the 80 miles on top, 1 hour on the bottom, or we could write 1 hour on the top and 80 miles on the bottom. Oops. Now, when you have a conversion factor, you always want to multiply it by what you're starting off with in order to get your answer. So let's go out here. So let's say we're starting off with 360 miles, and we want to calculate how how many hours that would take. So we're going to multiply it by one of the conversion factors. Now, the way you determine which conversion factor you use depends on your units. So if we're starting off with miles, we want to select the conversion factor that has miles on the denominator. And the reason why is because when we have miles on the top and miles on the denominator, then that's when miles cancels out and we'll be left with hours. So I'm going to multiply this by the second conversion factor, 1 hour over 80 miles. And as you can see, we have miles on the top and miles on the bottom, so that cancels out. And we're left with hours. So your answer is going to be simply whatever 360 divided by 80 gives you, which if you plug that into a calculator, it's 4.5 hours. So again, to reiterate, whenever you have a unit conversion problem, it's a matter of identifying what your conversion factor is and then making sure you set it up correctly by starting off with the information they give you, which was miles in this case, and making sure the conversion factor you're using has that same unit on a denominator. And then the numbers will just follow. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. Stay awesome and have a great day.